Hello everyone, welcome to this ray optics video lesson. In the previous video lesson, we have discussed about a concept called something like the theory, according to whom the light is traveling like a straight line like corpuscles, and different colors are due to different sizes of the corpuscles. You know that theory is able to explain Newton's corpuscular theory is able to explain reflection and refraction, but fail to explain why they are happening simultaneously. There is another problem with that. As per him, velocity of the light is more in denser medium than that of a rarer medium, but not true experimentally. So, to solve these two problems, why reflection and refraction cannot be explained simultaneously, why velocity of the light is actually more in rarer medium than the denser medium, Huygens has proposed a theory called something like Huygens wave theory. As the name itself tells, according to Huygens, the light ray is not traveling like a particle, like a corpuscle, rather light is traveling like a wave. Light is traveling like a wave. When he says it's like a wave, during that period the only known wave is a mechanical wave. At that time there is no way that people know that there is a possible waves who can travel without any medium itself. So the only waves that are known to us are mechanical waves. So it needs a medium. Then Huygens proposed a hypothetical medium called something like ether medium. We cannot see it, therefore he said something like it's invisible, very light, highly elastic. So he has given all the divine properties such that it is there but you cannot experience it. Therefore, through that medium the light is traveling like a mechanical wave as per the Huygens wave theory. How does it passes? He proposed a principle called something like Huygens principle. We will discuss this principle later in the further parts of ray optics or else wave optics. Further we will be discussing it further. So as per him, light is traveling like a wave, therefore some part of the wave is getting reflected and some part of the wave is getting refracted. So what is the advantage of this is, it is able to explain both reflection and refraction simultaneously. How it has explained simply is, some portion of the light is getting reflected and some other portion of the light is getting refracted. Some vibrations of the light are getting reflected and some other vibrations of the light are getting refracted. So the first problem is solved. Reflection and refraction are able to be explained simultaneously. Reflection and refraction. It is also able to prove that velocity of the light in the rarer medium is more than that of the velocity of the light in the denser medium. Not only that, this theory is also successful in explaining this Huygens wave theory is able to explain the later concepts that are identified like interference. It is simply like two light waves are combining together, of course under certain conditions, and they are able to produce an alternate bright and dark spots. It is also able to explain diffraction. When people are little happy that finally we got a theory which is able to explain all the properties of the light, people started probing, people started identifying regarding this ether medium. People started to check the presence of ether medium. If at all there is a medium is there, some refraction has to happen, some change of the path has to happen. The light shall modify its path, its velocity can be affected. They tried to prove it, and unfortunately people proved that there is no either shift. Actually, this is explained by scientists Michelson and Morley, for which they have got a Nobel Prize. There is no either shift means automatically no medium. Then we are back to the square one. When there is no medium, how does the light is able to travel? There is no answer to explain. Not only that, it has also failed to explain the concept of polarization. Explain the concept of polarization. Thus, we don't have a theory, Huygens theory, which is successful in explaining polarization, and also fail to explain why there is no medium and still the light is able to propagate being a mechanical wave. So, there are problems even with the Huygens wave theory. To solve these problems, a new theory is proposed to solve these issues. New theory called something like Maxwell's electromagnetic wave theory is proposed. We will be discussing regarding this Maxwell's electromagnetic theory in our next video. Keep coming back, right? Thank you.